Hi friends, it's Mrs. McCarver and it's time for today's math lesson. Today we're going to do some more work with representing and solving math problems. So you're going to need a way to represent your math problems. Remember, we've used our fingers, we've used our cubes, you might also have your red and yellow counters, and then a little bit later we're going to use our whiteboard and a marker. So if you need to take a little time to pause the video and get those things, you can do that now. When you're ready, push play. Okay, so we're going to start with a problem. Oops, I'm in the way. There we go. Our problem today says Amora is coloring with 3 red markers and 2 yellow markers. How many markers is Amora coloring with? Can you use those materials that you collected and find a way to represent and solve this problem? I'm going to give you a few seconds. Remember, represent means you're going to demonstrate or show what you're thinking, what you understand from the problem, and solve means you're going to answer the question. The question was, how many markers is Amora coloring with? Let me read the whole question again. Amora is coloring with 3 red markers and 2 yellow markers. How many markers is Amora coloring with? Let's see what this might look like. I'm going to use my cubes. So the problem said Amora is coloring with 3 red markers. So I'm going to get 3 cubes to show that. 1, 2, 3. And she has 2 yellow markers. I'll get my other set of cubes. 1, 2. The question was, how many markers is Amora coloring with? Well, she has 3 red and 2 yellow. I know 3 and 2 makes 5. Let me count to make sure. These are all the markers she has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your hand on your head if you represented that and got the same answer. I bet you did. So another way we can represent and show our work is by drawing. So I'm going to turn my computer just a little bit. Sorry, friends. And let's see what it would look like if I drew what I was thinking. So I'm going to get a marker. And it said Amora is coloring with 3 red markers. Maybe I'll turn my board like this and it'll make it easier for you to see. There we go. So Amora has 3 red markers. Now, sometimes when we're making a math drawing, it can be really tempting to add lots of details. But when we're using a math drawing, we don't need to spend all our time drawing an exact picture. So for the 3 red markers, I'm going to just make 3 rectangles. And you might not have every color of marker, so just pick the one you have. So there's her 3 red markers. Now, it also said she has 2 yellow markers. So let me draw those. 1, 2. How many markers is Amora coloring with? So just like when we were representing it with our cubes, I can represent it with my drawing and count how many she has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might even be able to add some numbers to help explain my thinking. Let me tell you, these were the 3 red markers. I'm going to put a 3 up here. And these were the 2 yellow markers, so I'm going to put a 2 there. Now, the question was, how many markers is Amora coloring with? Remember, I counted all the markers, and that told me there were 5 markers that she was coloring with. If you were working along with me, I want you to erase your board, and we're going to try another problem. Okay, let's see. This time, I think I need to move my camera. I'm going to come up here. All right, so here's our next problem. It says Micah has 2 chocolate chip cookies and 2 sugar cookies. How many cookies does Micah have? Can you represent this problem? You can use your cubes. You can represent it using drawings. You might represent it on your fingers or using counters. So take a few minutes and represent this one and try to solve it. Micah has 2 chocolate chip cookies and 2 sugar cookies. How many cookies does Micah have? Remember, a math drawing should be a quick drawing. You don't need to spend a lot of time on your details. Let's see what this might look like. If I was going to draw this problem, I might think of what's happening or what I heard. I heard that Micah has 2 chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to draw a quick circle, and they're chocolate chips. So I'm going to put a few chips in. See how fast I was able to draw those 2 cookies? And there were 2 chocolate chips. She also has 2 sugar cookies. There's 2 more cookies. Now, the question to help us solve this problem is, how many cookies does Micah have? Well, there's 2 chocolate chip and 2 sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Micah has 4 cookies. Yum, I wish I had 4 cookies, Micah. All right, so you did a great job working along with me to figure out these problems. In our next video, I'm going to ask you to solve one more, and I want you to send me a video showing me your thinking and your work.